Suspected people smugglers in the UK could face severe punishments, including travel bans, social media blackouts, and phone restrictions if new laws, which are soon to be tabled, are passed. The government hopes the measures will deter people in the UK from collaborating with smugglers abroad to bring migrants to the country using irregular means. In a major upgrade to serious crime prevention orders, new interim orders will allow immediate action to disrupt and deter suspected serious criminality. These orders are part of a stronger approach to organized crime, which will form part of the Border Security, Asylum, and Immigration Bill. This new approach will level up our response to serious crime, including organized immigration crime, with new powers mirroring those which are already used to disrupt other harmful criminality, such as knife crime, slavery, and trafficking. Ministers in the UK hope to reduce and prevent migrant boat crossings in the English Channel by clamping down on those who might be assisting smugglers on the UK side under a new draft law. One of the key challenges in combating illegal immigration is the complex nature of the smuggling networks. These criminal organizations often operate transnationally, utilizing sophisticated methods to evade detection. They exploit vulnerabilities in international borders and exploit the desperation of migrants seeking a better life. Disrupting these networks requires a multifaceted approach, including international cooperation, intelligence sharing, and targeted law enforcement operations. The bill states that when a person falls under suspicion of aiding and facilitating the smuggling of migrants into the country, they can in the future be placed under an Interim Serious Crime Prevention Order, SCPO. This means they will suffer strict restrictions on their communications, such as limitations placed on using their phones, laptops, or social media, a ban on accessing their finances, as well as limitations on their freedom of movement, reaching up to a full travel ban. Currently, securing a serious crime prevention order imposed on suspects, including people smugglers, can be a complex and lengthy process, restricting the use of this powerful tool. Interim orders will go further, speeding up the process for placing restrictions on people under investigation to prevent, deter, and disrupt serious and organized crimes, including people smuggling. These new interim orders will allow the National Crime Agency, NCA, the police, and other law enforcement agencies to apply directly to the High Court to impose immediate restrictions while a full order is considered. Breaching an interim order could lead to up to 5 years in prison under the proposed bill. The announcement on the tabling of these changes comes just days after figures were presented, highlighting the fact that migrant arrival numbers from across the Channel continue to rise. Last year's figures were up by a quarter compared to 2023, with more than 7,000 additional arrivals in small boats. In absolute numbers, this means that roughly 36,816 people were detected crossing the Channel last year compared to 29,437 the prior year. The rise in Channel crossings has significant implications for the UK. It places a strain on public services, including asylum processing centers and local authorities. It also fuels public debate and anxiety surrounding immigration, with concerns raised about the impact on public resources and social cohesion. Addressing the issue requires a balanced approach that considers both the humanitarian needs of migrants and the security concerns of the UK population. Starmer has pledged to crack down on the crossings after his election win, returned Labour to government after 14 years in opposition. Upon entering office, he scrapped the previous Conservative government's controversial scheme to send irregular migrants to Rwanda, branding it a gimmick. Instead, he has promised to smash the gangs of people traffickers running the crossings and has signed a number of agreements with foreign countries to cooperate on law enforcement. He has described the smuggling networks as a global security threat similar to terrorism. The latest figures mean last year had the second highest number of annual arrivals since data on the crossings began to be collected in 2018. More than 150,000 people have arrived by boat in the last 7 years in total. In the first 9 months of last year, Afghan migrants accounted for the single largest group of arrivals, making up 17% of the total. People from Vietnam, Iran, and Syria were the next largest groups. Vietnamese migrants appeared to fuel the surge in crossings in 2024. They made up just 5% of arrivals in 2023, well below the January-September 2024 figure of 13%. More than 3,200 arrived in December alone, including several hundred over Christmas. Starmer has also set up a new border security command and strengthened cooperation with European partners, including Europol. The government's strategy to tackle illegal immigration involves a multi-pronged approach. This includes enhancing border security measures, disrupting smuggling networks, increasing the capacity to process asylum claims, and expanding safe and legal pathways for migration. By combining robust enforcement with a more humane and effective asylum system, the government aims to create a more sustainable and controlled immigration regime. Britain has signed joint action plans with Germany and Iraq aimed at tackling the smuggling gangs. They build on earlier agreements signed under the previous conservative government, including with France and Albania. Starmer's government also points to an increase in the return of irregular migrants to their countries of origin. Some 29,000 people were returned between January and early December, a quarter more than in 2023 and a level not seen since 2017, according to the Migration Observatory. Starmer is also under pressure to reduce legal migration as he tries to fend off growing support for arch-Eurosceptic Farage's Hard Right Reform UK, which won roughly 4 million votes during the July 4th poll, an unprecedented haul for a far-right party. Net legal migration is running at historically high levels and was estimated at 728,000 for the year to June 2024. The surge has come despite Britain's being told during the 2016 Brexit referendum that leaving the European Union would allow the country to take back control of its borders. Suspected people smugglers will face severe curbs under new laws in Britain. Those suspected will be hit with travel bans, social media blackouts, and restrictions on phone usage to help dismantle organized immigration crime networks, the government said. Interior Minister Yvette Cooper said, "We will give law enforcement stronger powers they need to pursue and stop more of these vile gang networks." Prime Minister Keir Starmer, elected in July, has prioritized tackling illegal migration by cracking down on the gangs who smuggle people across the English Channel, one of the world's busiest shipping lanes, into Britain from France. The government has said it will stop at nothing to dismantle the business models of people smugglers. Dangerous criminal people smugglers are profiting from undermining our border security and putting lives at risk. They cannot be allowed to get away with it. Stronger international collaboration has already led to important arrests and action against dangerous gangs over the last few months. By taking immediate action at an early stage, without requiring a conviction, these interim orders will help crack down on people smugglers and other forms of serious and organized crime. This will strengthen the tools of law enforcement to disrupt these individuals who are operating in the UK, in some cases allowing investigations and prosecutions to continue, whilst preventing further serious criminality from taking place. The new orders will form an important part of preventing organized immigration crime while complementing the UK's relentless pursuit of criminal gangs. In sum, the landmark Border Security, Asylum and Immigration Bill will strengthen the operational activity of the new Border Security Command, backed up with £150 million, and bringing together key operational experts including immigration enforcement, border force, and vital partners like the NCA. Further measures in the legislation will be brought forward to tackle all aspects of organized immigration crime. Your perspective matters. What are your thoughts on the government's new measures to combat people smuggling? Do you believe they will be effective? Let us know in the comments below. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for updates on similar stories. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your voice matters in these discussions. See you next time.